This episode of ETC is brought to you by Mac Weldon.
Hey guys, welcome back to Weekly Weird News.
So, by the time you're watching this, we've actually been 2,000 miles away in Havana, Cuba for a couple days, doing a press trip for the home video release of Fate of the Furious.
Smoking cigars,
yeah,
drinking rum.
Flipping a car in reverse so the engine can explode and push us over the finish line.
Yeah, that's how it works.
That's how you win races. We're probably having a great time. Don't know yet, but it turns out Cuba has the worst internet in the Western Hemisphere, and it would be literally impossible to actually upload any footage that we're shooting to YouTube from there. So for this week's Weekly Weird News, which we're recording on a Sunday, hungover, we're just gonna focus on some topics that aren't exactly breaking news, but which we've been meaning to talk about for a little while. And first on that list is this year's hottest toy, the fidget spinner.
Yeah, everyone has one now, I guess, even me. I don't play with it though. I bought it as a joke.
Yeah, and the joke won.
Over the course of our lives, we've seen toy crazes come and go and leave a lot of victims in their wake. Cabbage Patch Kids, Tickle Me Elmo, the Furby, which attempted to have a comeback, didn't work. Turbo Man. Okay, well, yeah, that last one was actually a fictional toy from the Arnold Schwarzenegger classic Jingle All the Way, but you get the idea. This year, though, it's a piece of metal with some ball bearings in it, and Christmas could not be further away.
Yeah, so what is a fidget spinner and why are they so dang popular? Well, if you're a child or someone who has diagnosed themselves as suffering from acute anxiety after visiting WebMD, you already know. In fact, at this point, they're so ubiquitous that they're selling them at the fucking checkout counter at gas stations and supermarkets.
They're like Pogs.
Yeah.
It's like the Pog craze is huge like
yeah,
this.
it's the Pog.
And you know what? Ironically enough, you could probably use them as a good slammer too.
Bam!
Yeah.
But anyway, the short answer is it's a little metal object that you spin on your hand and it supposedly relieves stress.
Yeah. Nice and simple. Homeopathic. As for why people have become so obsessed with them, well, that's even harder to figure out. If you go on YouTube and type in fidget spinner, you'll be assaulted with pages upon pages of results from channels who have made fidget spinner tricks and challenges and modifications and reviews into a billion-dollar industry. What's the guy's name that we love?
Steve Scherer.
Steve Scherer.
What's up, Sharers?
Whoa, he's got a fidget spinner!
Look at this fidget spinner. Oh, he's always snacking. We
Yeah.
love you, Steven.
Anyways, it's seriously bewildering how many views that these kind of videos can get, and for us specifically, coming in on a Sunday to slog our way through a script that we spent hours writing, it's kind of depressing to see these.
If I spend too long looking at it, I get very sad.
Yeah.
But whatever. Anyway, the thing that most people probably don't know, despite how popular these things suddenly are, is that fidget spinners have been around since 1992. Or no, they haven't. Or maybe they have.
Yeah.
You see, around the time these things really started getting big this year, a lot of news outlets started telling a story about how a woman named Catherine Hedinger had invented the fidget spinner back in the 90s for a kind of odd reason. She had visited Israel and heard about Palestinian kids throwing rocks at Israeli soldiers, and for some reason that made her think about inventing a device that you could spin on your fingers. How do you get from A to B there? Kind of hard to tell.
If they idle hands of the devil's ding-a-ling, and
That's
if you don't have a fidget spinner, you're gonna have a rock.
It's true. Probably a lot less kids jacking off these days.
That's true.
Whoa. Mind blown.
Yeah.
Do they have a fidget spinner butt plug yet that like
Yes, they do,
spins when?
actually.
Oh, good.
Yes, I saw it on Twitter yesterday.
They need to make like a fidget spinner that's basically like a small shake weight, so kids can just sit there like this
Yeah.
in class. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's great.
Well, you gotta be careful with that though. Then you rip your fucking dick off whenever you do jack off.
That's true.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Yeah. Anyways, whatever the logic, it was rock solid. Kids are throwing rocks at soldiers, and you know what? Maybe there's something that would stop them from doing that. A toy that they spin on their finger. Israeli-Palestinian feud solved.
We did it.
Yeah, luckily they solved it back in the 90s,
Yeah.
and everything has been fine
It's been
since.
that's a lovely part of the world.
Yeah, anyways, in all of those news stories covering the fidget spinner's surprisingly early origins, they focus mainly on the fact that Catherine Hedinger had invented the toy in 1992, patented it in 1997, and never managed to get any toy companies interested in it. Only, she sold a couple at craft fairs here and there, no big deal.
That's how I got one as a kid, actually.
You had a fidget spinner
I
as
had
a...
a fidget spinner as a kid.
You're a fucking liar.
Nah, I'm serious.
I don't believe it.
No.
Eventually, she decided against paying the $400 fee to renew the patent, and then, bam! Fidget spinners are hugely popular, but she's not making any money off of them.
Sad. That's a great sob story. America loves sob stories. But it's also total bullshit. Now, it's unclear how or why so many publications jumped on this story without doing the bare minimum in research, but after countless blogs and outlets published pieces on it, Bloomberg finally decided to, actually look at the fucking patent that Hedinger had actually filed back in the day, and it actually has basically nothing in common with the fidget spinners of today. It's
Just much like Kez, she was a fucking liar.
yeah.
No.
It's basically it's like
Oh,
a
right.
it's a small frisbee with an indentation in the center so that you can spin it on your fingertip. There's no ball bearings, no moving parts, no metal. The only thing it has in common with the modern fidget spinner is that it spins in your hand.
Take that to court. I remember they used to make the actual frisbees with those indentations
Yeah,
on it.
that's what this is.
That's it? Really?
Yeah.
That's what she invented?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, so you didn't have one.
Yeah. You're just
Anyways.
you're misremembering.
Yes. It sounds like the reason for all the confusion comes down to Wikipedia. In April, someone created a Wikipedia entry for fidget spinners, and in it they credited Hediger with inventing it. She claims she didn't do that and says that she asked around to various friends of hers, and none of them said that they'd done it. But there it was, on Wikipedia. So when reporters went to write their mandatory fidget spinner craze stories, they checked Wikipedia, saw a golden opportunity for a sob story about an inventor getting screwed over, and went to town.
Now Bloomberg not only actually
This is literally fake news.
yeah, it's just bad journalism. Like they literally checked Wikipedia and they were like,
Done.
we did it. So yeah, Bloomberg, they didn't only just look at the original patent, they actually hired 2 patent experts to evaluate whether Hedinger's spinner had any connection to today's fad, and their verdict was, nah, not really. For her part, Hedinger doesn't seem like a liar. Reporters started calling and asking about her fidget spinning toy, so she told them about it. She doesn't claim to be the inventor of the modern fidget spinner, and she told Bloomberg, let's just say I'm claimed to be the inventor, you know, Wikipedia claims or something like that.
Yeah, that's I mean, she could like a certain way to like skirt the question.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, did you invent it?
I invented a thing that you spin.
spins. Yeah, it's it's not exactly the same, but if
Yeah, I mean, she's getting all this publicity out of it. Why the hell not?
Yeah. All the attention has, however, led her to launch a Kickstarter for her version of the fidget spinner called Classic Fidget Spinner Spinning De-Stressor Finger Toy, a name that is gonna be great. Everyone's gonna want it.
Yeah.
It's like wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube men. Whoa! It's the Classic Fidget Spinner Spinning De-Stressor Finger Toy. Come pick one up today. The description for that Classic Fidget Spinner Spinning De-Stressor Finger Toy reads: Classic Fidget Spinner original inventor is Catherine Hediger and features de-stressing for 6 to 60. In traffic, waiting, spin. She's asking for $23,990, a very specific number, and with just a few days left, okay, it's not looking good. The Kickstarter page does, however, at least give you a look at what this classic fidget spinner is, and yeah, not very cool looking. Then again, we would said the same thing about the modern fidget spinner a year ago, and here we are.
Yeah. Could have never predicted
I still
this.
think it looks stupid.
Yeah. So, if Catherine Hedinger didn't invent it, who did? It's not entirely clear, but in the past 2 years there has been the Rotoblade and the Torque Bar, both of which are basically really high quality, expensive versions of your little brother's $5 gas station fidget spinner. They got popular with office workers, with expendable incomes, and the Silicon Valley crowd, along with other similar fidget toys like that Fidget Cube with all the buttons that don't do shit.
It actually is, I really like it. Brandon has one.
Yeah,
I was
no,
playing with it.
that one's cool.
There's one that feels like you're popping the wrapping paper, like
Yeah.
little protective wrapping paper. Yeah, bubble wrap, and it's actually
Yeah, that one's cool, and it's a lot less annoying than.
or just holding it up in public in general.
Yeah. But yeah, so those things came out, they were really nice and expensive, but then some genius, probably in China, decided to make the exact same thing for dirt cheap and market it to kids.
Well, thank God that they don't have lithium-ion batteries in these fidget spinners.
Oh shit.
They'd be blowing up all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
People have still managed to injure themselves, though.
Yeah. By the way, it's not just kids. People with ADHD and people on the autism spectrum, they also use them. Very real groups of people, but also 2 conditions that people love diagnosing themselves as without any actual input from medical professionals. So it's like, yeah.
Oh man, like my shoes are slightly different colors. I totally have OCD. No, you're just normal.
Yeah. Anyways, it's self-diagnosis. It's like, you know what? If it's like, oh, I'm gluten intolerant. No, just say you say you're on a diet. It's
Yeah.
fine. You don't have to like.
No judgment.
It really ruins restaurants because they have to like handle all of the ingredients and everything in a certain way if you actually have a gluten allergy.
Yeah, no, celiac disease is a serious illness. You can die.
Yeah, and so they have to do everything in a very specific, certain way. And when someone goes in and goes, "Oh, I have a gluten allergy," can you? And it's just like, listen, we're gonna have to fucking rearrange the kitchen for this shit.
I'm gluten intolerant. This weird thing happens when I eat lots of bread. I get fat. I
Yeah.
think I'm.
It's crazy. Anyways, yes, it's examples of which not really necessary. Just have fun spinning the toy.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever benefits fidget devices might have provided for kids with ADHD and autism have quickly been ruined by perfectly normal kids buying fidget spinners just to do tricks in the middle of class.
What tricks?
You know, balance it on things. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Whatever.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I would hate to be a teacher in 2017.
You use a whole drawer full of fidget spinners.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Luckily, it's summertime now.
Yeah.
A teacher's using all your fidget spinners out on their own now.
So yeah, a device that maybe, possibly could actually help people focus has instead just ended up being a distraction, and numerous school districts have banned them. Which is probably for the best because kids, of course, keep finding new ways to almost kill themselves with them because kids are dumb. They're swallowing them, they're launching them and
They're
hitting
putting them
in
in their butts.
Yeah, yeah.
I think there was
Will
it
it
might have been
fit?
a Photoshop, but there was a butt fidget spinner once. Got caught up there. That's why they had to make one with a butt plug on it.
Yeah.
Safety first.
Ooh.
Ooh. Bzzz. I'm like a boat. Here I come. Oh, I got a little propeller and everything. Anyways, it's not just kids finding ways to ruin this trend, though, because there's a whole category of fidget spinner porn now. And yeah, sure, because why not? What's great for YouTube views is also apparently great for Pornhub views. It's mostly just normal porn that happens to feature one of the performers using a fidget spinner, or in more creative cases, a porn star spinning one against her privates so she can jill off or something. This is just yet another validation of Rule 34. If it exists, there's porn of it.
And then Kurt Eichenwald's gonna
He's
show
gonna
it to
go,
his wife.
I was only looking at fidget spinner
jeez.
porn for research. My kids know that I look at weird porn all the time, and they're fine with it.
A lot of hentai experts went to town in the comments on that. Like, there was no way that he was looking for tentacle porn. HentaiRules.com focuses strictly on like.
Yeah.
And they're like that, and a lot of people are like the hentai he was looking at is like one of the best hentai.
Yeah.
This is a great one.
The man has good taste in
Great
hentai.
hentai taste. Anyways, before we get into the second half of this show, we do have to say thanks to this week's sponsoring advertiser. It's Blue Apron. Woo! Again, Blue Apron ships you a weekly box filled with all the fresh, locally sourced ingredients you'll need to make 3 truly delicious meals at home. They make incredible home cooking easy and accessible by delivering seasonal recipes with easy instructions and pre-portioned ingredients right to your door, all for less than $10 a meal.
Some of the Blue Apron meals available this month include warm smoked trout and asparagus salad with fingerling potatoes and garlic croutons, spiced zucchini enchiladas with creamy lime and tomato rice, elote-style vegetable tostadas with summer squash, poblano peppers, and cilantro rice, and peach honey glazed chicken with mashed sweet potatoes, collard greens, and Thai basil. Blue
Yum.
Apron's recipes are always super eclectic, and they'll have you cooking stuff you never thought you could or never knew existed. And there's so much variety that you'll never get the same recipe twice in an entire year. I think this summertime, for me, is a lot better.
Did you have the steak yet?
Yep. The ingredients in the past couple deliveries have been pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, for you, our viewers, Blue Apron is offering your first 3 meals for free with free shipping if you go to blueapron.com/weekly. And head over there, check out this week's menu. You're gonna love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home cooked meals with Blue Apron. So don't wait. Again, that is blueapron.com/weekly. Blue Apron. A better way to cook.
All right, so back into weird news. If you've looked at the YouTube results for fidget spinners, you'll see a lot of videos that have managed to rack up millions of views off of oddly specific and pointless feats, like building a fidget spinner out of melted gummy bears, or covering a table with 50 fidget spinners and making them all spin at the same time. Feats that aren't notable because they were previously thought difficult or impossible, only notable because someone actually put in the effort to do it. Like filling up a giant kiddie pool with soda and dumping Mentos in.
He did it.
Wow. It's a great segue into the second half of this episode, though, because we're going to take a look at the Guinness Book of World Records.
See, back in our day, when the internet sucked and the only text-based stimulation available to us was the school library, the annual Guinness Book of World Records was a treasure trove of amazing oddities, like the tallest, shortest, fastest, and oldest people to ever live.
And fattest.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
Those guys that ride the motorcycle.
Yeah, the fattest twins. Yeah, that was my
And
favorite one.
I always loved the... there's two. One that I loved and one that I thought was the grossest thing ever was the world's longest mustache.
Oh,
Loved
yeah.
it.
Yeah, he was like,
Mine's. I'm gonna compete
Yeah.
for that very soon.
Any day now.
I think I'm gonna shave this tonight.
No!
Yeah, it'd be weird at the airport. Sir, are you sure this is you? I can't see your face through that thing. And then the grossest one was the world's longest fingernails.
Oh, yeah, that lady. She's just like, yeah, I can't really do anything.
There was like an old
but,
Indian guy too, and he like kept him in a bag, like a velvet bag, and they like start curling at the end. It's pretty nasty.
Yeah. Anyway, since 1955, Guinness has been keeping track of all this sort of vital information, and they've been updating it regularly, even sending out officials to verify people's claims.
I'm from Guinness.
No fakers allowed.
The name Guinness, by the way, it's actually a reference to the Guinness Brewing Company in Ireland. The whole thing was started when 2 Guinness employees went bird hunting and then got in a heated argument about which kind of bird was the fastest. Obviously, this was well before the Google days.
Yeah.
The rest is obviously history. Anyways, let's fast forward to now, and pretty much all of the notable world records have long been figured out. We know what the fastest bird is. We know what the tallest living person is. So how does Guinness stay relevant?
They'll just pull new categories straight out of their ass, apparently.
Yeah.
Shit that nobody had ever even asked about before because it's so oddly specific and pointless.
Biggest fidget spinner.
Like, for example, have you ever wondered who's the person who can extinguish the most lit matches with their tongue in 1 minute? No, of course you haven't. And yet, that's a Guinness World Record that was recorded just last month with the proof published to Guinness World Records YouTube channel.
They used to have a TV show.
Yeah.
They used to have the people where they'd shoot the eyeballs out and
Yeah.
they'd squirt milk out of their eyes. A lot of eye stuff.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was weird. You got to think that if I knew they still do a print book, but it's like they are very selective. But
Yeah.
imagine if they did it like they used to do, because I used to have a Guinness book and it was like this big.
Yeah.
Huge.
Now it would
Big
be
ones.
like fucking gigantic. You'd have
Yeah.
to get it'd be like the Encyclopedia Britannica
Yeah.
of world
I
records.
used to ask for it for Christmas.
Buy
It's
the
like,
whole set.
Yes!
Finally, I can see what the longest mustache looks like.
And but yeah, that guy, the guy who extinguished those matches, that fucking daredevil, just days later, he set another world record. This time for most blowtorches extinguished with his tongue. His family must be so proud, and I'm sure he's cooking up all new records to break using his tongue and fire.
I'm gonna be putting out many more things with my tongue. Hey, they should set a house on fire and try to have him extinguish it with his tongue. That's a real world record I'd like to see.
I would be amazed by that.
Yes. So Guinness, their YouTube channel is full of this kind of stuff, and they do update it regularly. Just looking at the past few months, they've published the answers to life's greatest questions. What's the largest sculpture ever made out of margarine? Well, you don't have to wonder anymore. It's on there. How many baseball bats could one person break using just their shins in 1 minute? Apparently it's 65. Now we know.
Thank God.
Oh, you like fidget spinners, do you? Well, get on this girl's level, you scrub. She can spin a basketball on the head of a guitar for 13.23 seconds while playing it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Many have tried, few have succeeded.
Yeah. A task that people try to do every single
Yeah.
day. She finally
Everyone's
mastered
been
it.
trying to do the golden goose of things to fidget with is spinning a basketball on a guitar while you play it.
Yeah.
She did it.
I wonder how many Guinness records the Dude Perfect guys have. They gotta have.
See, that shit's actually amazing.
But they're probably breaking records they don't even know exist.
Yeah, what? What?
We should give them
No
a bunch
one
of
did that before?
retroactive
Yeah.
stuff.
Anyway, yeah, it's entirely possible that we are living in an age where literally anything that you could think of doing, no matter how stupid, has already been done by someone else and done better than you ever could. Think about that. Sit alone with your thoughts about that. No matter what you do, you're simply running through someone else's motions like an NPC in this game of life. Okay, maybe not. But the point we're trying to make here is that Guinness World Records are dumb. That's it.
Come up with your best guesses at Guinness World Records that don't exist. Put them in the
Yeah.
comments below.
Yeah, list
and
your
then we'll
records.
try to do them.
Yeah.
The gang tries to make a world record.
Yeah.
There's got to be something we've done that's world record worthy.
Probably.
Yeah.
Smashing a Nintendo Switch and making it smoke.
Were we the first ones to destroy a Nintendo Switch?
We might have been. World's oldest machinima employees.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
We did it.
We did it.
Anyway, that's it for this week's Weekly Weird News. Next week, we'll be back with 2 weeks worth of headlines, so
Yeah.
don't worry about that. But check out some of our other stuff. New Tech Tuesday about how we're all fucked.
Yeah.
And also check out our new podcast. We had Alicia Malone on to talk about her new book and movies and all that
kinds
fun
of
stuff.
Yeah, and then if you're really thirsty for content, go check out Action Figures. That's Phil and Nick, and their channel's fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
And you should check that out. So we'll see you guys next time. I hope we're having fun in Cuba. We probably are. We'll bring back some cigars.
Da 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 da.